Hey, 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 hey. Get my seatbelt on like a good girl. Doing my hand cleaner. Yes, I am. And I just thought I'd hop on here. It's Friday, y'all, and I ran to town to do some banking. I'm always doing secretary work. I pick at people. I say, y'all, I think John's having an affair with his secretary. I'm just a silly goose. But anyway, hoping y'all don't fall down because my holder has fallen off and gotten sticky. Do y'all know what I mean? You know what I mean? So if you fall off, well, that'll be the end of the video. But we're gonna ease back to the house. It's a gloomy Friday, kind of rainy. It's been pretty during the week though, and I think the weekend's supposed to be kind of like this. And John, his allergies or something, he may even be ill. They are running him crazy. So I know I keep getting out of y'all's view, don't I? There we go. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Hope I don't make y'all fall. That's the reason why I'm being so careful. Anyway, I just went in the grocery store and I was hungry. So I was like, and it's kind of cool, you know, with this rain today. So I'm like, oh, what can I cook? Well, I saw this one lady in the produce, real sweet thing. She had her a ham hock in the buggy, and she was loading up mustard greens is what she was getting. And that just inspired me. I thought, boy, wouldn't that be comforting? A hot pot of greens with some hot buttered cornbread. And that would feel good on John's throat too, right? I know. Yeah, I got to stay away from him, right? I know. No kissy kissy. But anyway, so I got that. I asked her out. She had 2 ham hocks. She was making it for Sunday dinner. She said she'd start working on it tomorrow though. So these are going to cook for 2 days. You know that's going to be good. So anyway, I haven't done a fresh pot of greens in a long time. So I picked up a ham hock. I found a package with 1 ham hock in it, 1 smoked ham hock. And if you can't find a smoked ham hock, you can do a smoked turkey leg or a turkey wing smoked. Anything smoked. If you can't find that, get you some smoked tasso or tasso, depending on how you say it. It's a pork, more of a bacon type thing. Anyway, I got that, and I was in the green section, and I just couldn't decide if I want to do just mustards like she did, but they had collards and mustards and turnip greens, so I got all 3. And I got me a big turnip. I love that turnip root. John doesn't particularly like it, so I chopped them in big chunks so I can just fish that out for myself, and he can fish around it, and he can still have his greens with the cornbread. But I love some turnips, don't y'all? Just the roots. So good. It's got such a, almost like a little sharp flavor to it. I love. Y'all see I look like, right? I know. I was just going to run to the bank. I was headed up here to get Addie from school. Today's her field day of all gloomy days, right? That's how that goes. And Amanda had several dogs she was grooming today, so she hollered at me this morning and said, could you possibly get Addie today from school? It's over at 2:30, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get through with all my dogs. And of course, I was like, yes, of course, because I had some banking to do, and my daddy had a few grocery items that he needed, and so that's what I thought. I'll grab Addie and then go get what I need and head back to the house. So anyway, I noticed y'all are just moving all around. I don't remember that thing being so unsteady. Weird, weird, weird. Anyway, it's always something, isn't it? But let's see. So that's what I got for something for us to have. Now, I'll eat greens and cornbread, and I'll be a happy camper. But now, John, he's going to want some piece of meat. And I've got some pork chops in the freezer, so I can just bake him a pork chop or fry him a pork chop or pan-sear him a pork chop real quick, and he'll be happy. So that's what I was going to do one day. And what else did I get today? Oh, I'm cooking some tonight. Since I went in there, Big Star has po' boy bread from New Orleans, made in New Orleans. It's from New Orleans, and it's so good. and it's soft on the inside and crispy on the outside, and it's so good. And only Big Star up here carries it, so I got a loaf of that, and I got some shrimp from the freezer section. I didn't get any fresh, but I mean, it's freshly frozen, right? And they're about medium size, and they're already peeled and deveined, so I can just batter them up. I'm gonna beer batter them. If you don't want to use beer in it, you certainly could use something like soda water, sparkling water, because it kind of fluffs up the batter and makes it tempura-like, you know. But, you know, I love the flavor of that beer. That core flavor is yeast, and I love what it does to fried shrimp, fried onions. I keep wanting to say fried okra. I don't know what it'd do to fried okra. I gotta try that. But anyway, I love what it does to shrimp, and I love what it tastes like on onion rings. It's really good. So I thought I'd do some beer battered shrimp po' boys with y'all, with some shredded lettuce and some slices of tomato and pickle, and so good, right? I'd love to make some sweet potato chips with y'all, right? Maybe some barbecue seasoning on them. Or just some sweet potato chips with some sea salt, right? That'd be good. I'm always like adding. Do y'all notice that? Like nothing's enough. Like I got to do a little bit more, a little bit more. Are y'all that way? I'm that way about anything and everything in my life too. Oh my goodness, I am. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, I had to get my daddy some Sunny D. He loves Sunny D in the morning. And I went on and got him 2 jugs of it. And then I had to get him, he loves Powerade Zeros. The sugar-free, so he likes the purple and the blue and the red. So I got him a big 8-pack of all of that. He likes vanilla ice cream, so I got him a big tub of vanilla ice cream. I'm trying to think of the brand I got. Blue Bunny, I think. Is there a Blue Bunny? Anyway, something bunny. It was vanilla ice cream. They had a big tub of something that said light ice cream. I was like, no, he's not gonna like light ice cream. So anyway, I got that. What else did I get? Oh, I thought too, while I had that po' boy, goodness gracious, this poor person's waiting on, they're on the phone at least, but they were waiting when I ran to town with a flat tire. But they're talking to somebody on the phone, and they were before, and they're laughing, so I guess they okay. He's got on rubber boots like he worked at the chicken plant probably this morning and was headed home. Or maybe he got off this afternoon. I don't know. Bless his heart. Anyway, somebody's going to come help him. He seems happy because he's laughing on the phone. So anyway, what was I telling y'all? Oh, yeah, I was going to make roast beef po' boys one night next week for John and me. Since I got that po' boy loaf is, you know, long, so I can use the other half and slice it in half, and we'll have roast beef po' boys one day next week. And with that, I like to do gravy. I use roast broth, or beef broth, not roast beef broth. And I make just a roux with my flour and my oil, and then I use that beef broth, and it makes it very flavorful. And you dip your po' boy down in it, and it's very comforting. It's very good. That gravy and your french fries you dip in that gravy. So good. So I thought I'd do that one day next week so I wouldn't waste the other half of that po' boy loaf. And let's see, what else have I got? Oh, we got to make something sweet. Y'all know I was digging in that church cookbook, so I'm thinking I want to make something sweet. And I don't know. I'll do a little more thinking before I decide what we're going to make. And I did pick up some more. Y'all know I planted some tomato plants and some jalapeno plants because we're going to do pickled jalapenos, and I got a whole bunch of them because all my family, my nieces and nephews, and Katie, my daughter-in-law, John, and y'all know I make all during the Christmas and all the holidays. I'm always using the pickled jalapenos, so I planted a whole bunch of jalapeno plants this time. And I planted cucumbers the other day, and I did these long English cucumbers is what I like because they don't have as many seeds in them, and I love to use those to make sweet pickles, and it's my grandmother's sweet pickle recipe. And to me, it's kind of a universal sweet pickle recipe, I've even looked on the back of boxes, you know, things you can buy these days, and it's the same one. So it was good. It's tried and true and good, and you don't change it. So we'll make sweet pickles this year because we are out. John can eat about 2 sittings. He's gone through a jar of sweet pickles. He loves it with fried chicken. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, then the whole back half of the garden I planted in sunflowers. Amanda used to put Addie, when she was little, she'd put her little picture in the Watermelon Festival photo contest. And sometimes she would take it around the sunflowers with some watermelons in front of Addie. And this year, Amanda saw them last year, and she said, oh my goodness, you know, so I thought I'd plant them again because she was excited about it, wanting to take pictures in front of it. And then Ashley is the age that those would be precious pictures in front of all those sunflowers, right? So I can't tell you how many sunflower plants I've planted, but it was a bunch. And y'all will see them, of course. And let's see, oh, I'm stopping at my dumpster. I've got a truck right on my tail. He better get off because I got to feed these baby kitties at the dumpster. I call them baby kitties. They're grown now, but I can't catch them, so I just feed them. And y'all hang on because it's going to be a bump. Bump, bump. All right. And it rained so hard yesterday, all day long. So the cat food I had out here got wet. So I'm about to feed more. Oh, so y'all give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Actually, I'll feed the dumpsters. You know how a dumpster will sit. I'm putting on hand cleaner like I touched anything out there. But anyway, you know how a dumpster, well, it's got one straight side and this side kind of flares like that because that's where the garbage truck hooks to, you know, and twist it up and down. Well, that flare right here down to the ground keeps that cat food dry. And it's got this lid. It looks like it came from a big Rubbermaid container, you know, one of those really big ones. And like 3.5, 4 foot long. Well, it's stuck right under that dumpster. And even when they raise it up and put it back down, well, that thing's stuck under there. Well, it's the perfect little tray because it sticks out about that far all along underneath that shelter of the dumpster. So that's where I feed the kitties, and it keeps their food dry and off the ground. So anyway, and of course, one night we were coming home from somewhere and it was dark. It was John and me, and we saw a possum. He was over there. He was eating him some kitty cat food too. He said, I don't care what that's for. It's good. So so anyway, I just do that. I have tried to catch those kitties there, oh goodness, last year, and they are wild as March hares. So at least I'm just going to feed them. You know, that's all I can do is feed them. I don't want anything to have a hungry belly. You know what I mean? Oh, and the things that we'll get back to groceries, what I pick up, because I literally went in there just to get my daddy his Zeros and his Sunny D and some vanilla ice cream. You know, we got to get those important things. And I was just kind of off the top of my head, you know, I usually kind of plan what I'm going to cook, but I thought I was just walking along and looking at things and getting inspired, and the one woman inspired me in digging in the greens with her ham hock in the buggy, and that was just so good. So let's see, she might would have flipped out on me if I'd pulled out my camera and said ooh. But let's see, oh, something else. I was going along, and Big Star's actually having a good sale right now. Like, everything was marked down, so I would kind of look at that. And they had their chicken, like boneless, skinless chicken breast and boneless, skinless chicken thighs and wings. That was all on sale. Like I say, lots of stuff's marked down in there. So I went along and I saw the breast, the chicken breast, and I love to keep those in the freezer because y'all know I make green chicken with them, I make red chicken with them, and I make white chicken. And that is a real quick, fast, dump them frozen in the crock pot, and then just put some things on top of them that I do for the different flavors, and leave it, you know, with the lid on, let it cook all day, and come back and we've got a hot meal. So I love to always have chicken breasts. Well, since they were on sale, I saw the bag of chicken thighs, and I thought about, I had just posted how I used to do videos. It was on Facebook, I think I posted. I don't think I posted it on YouTube because it was just how I started all of this in the beginning was at the very beginning of the pandemic, when they were telling us it would just be 2 weeks. I started doing, I was cooking a lot. Well, I started taking pictures and posting the whole, like, recipe step by step by step, you know. And then with each caption of the picture, I would explain. You'll see how bumpy our road is, don't you? I would explain what to do in each one and the measurements and everything. Well, everybody, just so many people fell in love with that and started saying, we'd love to see you doing it live, like a video. I want to see you doing it. So that's when I started thinking about it, thinking, oh my goodness. But I decided to in the beginning. Of course, I'd hurry up, I'd say something real quick, and then we'd just get on the food, you know. But yeah, what happened, right? But anyway, so way back then I made, and I've made it many times since then, and I've done videos, but the audio, when I first started doing this too, the audio, you couldn't hear me very well if I was far away from my camera. So I got one of those mics that you clip on, and y'all, it was so loud, and I had adjusted it all the way down, but it's so loud, it's like a broken speaker when you're hearing me in the next video when I made that chicken. And I call it, I think, Jamaican chicken, because it has so many lovely spicy flavors. It's got a little bit of chipotle in it, and John calls it, it's chicken and rice, and you can do it in the crock pot or the oven. I love to do crock pot because then I can throw it in frozen and leave, so that's why I like it. But I've cooked in the oven as well. But you make rice and peas to go with it, and it's rice and peas is a Jamaican dish, and it's together. The rice and the peas are together, and instead of water, you cook your rice with coconut milk, and it's not flavored or sugared coconut milk. It's just the coconut milk, so it's just creamy, and it makes, I could just sit and eat the whole pot of rice and peas. I literally could, with a hush puppy, or a piece of fried cornbread is what a hush puppy is. That's something else I really need to do with y'all. So many of y'all not from our area in the South, I guess you'd say, are like, Amy, what's a hush puppy? And y'all, I gotta make you a hush puppy. You gotta do them, because that is something that I don't think anyone should go their entire life and not have, okay? We make them to go with fried fish, but I love hush puppies with slaw or some pinto beans or some greens, or because it's like a little fried piece of cornbread. It's a little ball, a little fritter, and you've got onions in it, and you can do green onions or white onions. You can put a little corn in there. You can just do buttermilk. You can do buttermilk and onions and corn and jalapenos, chopped jalapenos. So it's so good. It just depends on what all you like in your hush puppies. But they're so very good. I could just eat them by themselves, honestly. Fried bread, right? So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that Jamaican rice and peas. It's very good, and it goes, and it's real quick. Because I do it in the crock pot, then I use the instant rice at the end of the evening when I'm in there, and all I've got is about 5-10 minutes to get the meal together, and you literally have got this great pot of rice and peas. And you know, John grew up in the country. He ate meat and bread and potatoes. You know, he didn't eat things like that. So I did. My mama and my daddy would venture. You know, we would have, you know, more things, you know, that were a little more exotic. But anyway, the first time I made the Jamaican rice and peas, the Jamaican chicken and the rice and peas for John, he loves chicken and rice. And that's one of our oldest son, Blake's, favorite meals is chicken and rice. And so I've made chicken and rice for years. 30 some odd years, the age of my oldest son. So anyway, so John knows chicken and rice, and he likes that. Wonderful. Well, when I made that, he said, baby, this is like a souped up or hopped up chicken and rice. It's like chicken and rice flavor bomb, you know, and it really is. So it's very, very good. And I posted way back, because it was a memory on Facebook, and it was some years back. I'm going to say 5 years ago now. I don't know. But anyway, I was posting that recipe where I just had the pictures and all, And when I shared it, lots of you said, oh my goodness, that really looks good. I want to make it. And I missed that video. You know, I'd like to see that video. So I got a package of those thighs. That's where I was getting. And they were on sale as well. And it's a whole package because you need 6 to 8 thighs. You know, they shrink up to nothing. They start off that big, you know, and you're like, oh, wow, what happened to the chicken? So anyway, but they're good. And I would suggest using the thighs. And one time I used fresh thighs, and it wasn't as good as the frozen ones. So that's weird. And John thought that too. He's like, yeah, it's not as good. So anyway, I thought I'd make that one day next week. And you cook them on a bed of chopped carrots and celery and onion. So, that's what we're going to do too, is that's part of it. It's just full of flavor. It's got tomatoes, canned tomatoes in it, so it makes this lovely spicy juice to go over your peas and rice with your chicken, and it's just so good. I'm turning in. We're going across the cattle gap. I'm turning in to go take my daddy his stuff, guys. So that's why I was going really slower. Y'all would have probably fell off, right? Right. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doctoring John this weekend because he's, I don't know, he started off 2 nights ago just with a scratchy throat, and now he keeps getting called out to water leaks because this rain had a ton of lightning strikes, and I'm talking about scary lightning strikes. So it was just popping water lines everywhere. So he keeps getting called out. He'll come home and he'll eat him something warm, and he'll lay down on the couch and he'll say, okay, no more, and then boop, the phone rings, you know. But he'll go back out. John's one of those, he'll go work sick. He worked at the chicken plant for 20 years, and he would go up there sick because nobody else would go up there. And you say, well, don't come up here, you get everybody else sick, but nobody else is up there. When nobody else is showing up to work, you know, you're not gonna get anybody sick. So anyway, he would go and work. So he did that. He had just gotten back in, and I told him, get on the couch and get warm. He was eating something warm. He was eating an egg sandwich, a fresh egg sandwich. I had just gotten them from the chicken coop, and they were still warm. That's crazy, isn't it? But anyway, so he's back at the house. Can y'all see I'm just driving through pastures? I know y'all probably just tired of looking at me, right? And this video is going to be very long. So I better hush up, and I'll see y'all later.